Hey everyone, it's Tyler, the Antenna Man. The FCC recently opened public comment in regards to the National Association of Broadcasters' proposal to shut down the current TV standard, ATSC 1.0, in favor of the new ATSC 3.0 TV standard. In this video, I'll tell you exactly how to file a comment with the FCC and how to form a valid argument so that your voice is heard. For those of you unfamiliar with the technical terms, ATSC 1.0 is the current over-the-air TV standard that most TV stations in the country use to broadcast their channel free over the air. If you use an antenna to pick up local channels, you are likely watching an ATSC 1.0 signal. ATSC 3.0, also known as Next Gen TV, is the next generation over-the-air TV standard that offers improvements to the current TV standard but requires the purchase of a new set-top box or next-gen enabled TV. In February, the NAB filed a petition with the FCC to shut down the current over-the-air TV standard, ATSC 1.0, in the top 55 markets by 2028 and all remaining markets by 2030, just 3 and 5 years away. In addition, the NAB wants the FCC to require all TVs sold in the United States to include ATSC 3.0 tuners. I actually made a video about the proposal, which you can find linked in the description. But the gist of it is that the whole thing is a proposal that has already received pushback from several entities and is unlikely to happen within the time frame the NAB wants. Last week, the FCC issued a public notice requesting public comment on the potential shutdown of ATSC 1.0. While there are several paragraphs that address different aspects of the NAB's proposal in the public notice, the one most of you are probably interested in is the paragraph that addresses the thousands of comments the FCC received from consumers opposing DRM encryption on the new ATSC 3.0 TV standard. It says, quote, "The Commission has received thousands of consumer comments objecting to broadcasters employing the use of digital rights management encryption on their ATSC 3.0 signals because the complaints state that such action has resulted in the consumer's inability to receive programming despite having purchased an ATSC 3.0 enabled device. What steps can or should the industry and/or the Commission take to ensure broadcasters are able to protect their content and signal while ensuring viewers are able to continue to view a station's free over-the-air signal in ATSC 3.0 as they do today?" For those of you who haven't followed the situation that's taken place over the last 2 years, many large broadcast groups have put DRM encryption on the ATSC 3 broadcast signals of their TV stations to protect their content from piracy, as they claim. However, it has negatively impacted consumers by limiting what devices they can use to access local channels. A few examples include the HC Home Run, a very popular network tuner, not being able to decode DRM encrypted channels, a low-priced tuner stick from GT Media not being able to decode DRM encrypted channels, the Zapper Box and ATTH set-top boxes requiring an internet connection to decode DRM encrypted channels, and even standalone TVs not working with DRM encrypted channels at times. Before I tell all of you how to file a comment about the broadcaster's use of DRM encryption on ATSC 3.0 among other issues with the potential mandate, I need to advise each of you on how to properly form a comment that's fact-based and free from speculation. It's very important for the comment you submit to be fact-based because speculation-based comments will shift the discussion from reasonable fact-based arguments and might even give the broadcasters the upper hand, claiming the argument made is baseless. Here are a few examples of speculation and opinion-based comments that should not be submitted on their own. TV stations are using DRM to charge for their channels. I don't want to pay for free TV. DRM does not belong on local TV broadcasts, and DRM encryption is bad. I don't like it. Yes, I know that many of you truly believe at least one of these statements, but as I said, form a comment that's fact-based. A good way to do so is to share a personal experience you've had with DRM encryption either limiting the features on a device you purchased or locking you out of accessing local channels entirely. Here are a few examples that many of you have probably already experienced. You own an HC Home Run or GT Media tuner stick and can't access DRM encrypted channels. You own a Zapper Box or ATTH set-top box, but it needs to stay connected to the internet in order to decode DRM encrypted channels, potentially locking you out of accessing important information if internet goes out in severe weather. You purchase the newest ATSC USB tuner, but it won't decode DRM encrypted channels on Amazon or a Google device it claimed to support. You own a standalone next-gen enabled TV that won't decode DRM encrypted channels at times. For those of you who haven't purchased an ATSC 3.0 TV or set-top box and don't have direct experience with DRM-related issues, if you own a network tuner like the HD Home Run or Tableau, you make the point that you're concerned that you won't be able to access local channels on devices you use now, including Roku and Apple devices. You can also make the point that DRM encryption has taken away options for consumers that would have otherwise worked fine had not been implemented, devices you were interested in purchasing. A few examples include the GT Media USB tuner, the lowest priced ATSC 3.0 tuner on the market but can't decode DRM encrypted channels, and the HD Home Run, a powerful network tuner that works on all types of streaming devices but is no longer an option for ATSC 3.0 due to DRM. There's also the Tableau, which literally delayed the release of the ATSC 3.0 version of their DVR, even after taking pre-orders because of DRM encryption. It still has yet to be released 3 years later. All of these are clear examples on how DRM has negatively impacted the availability and functionality of consumer devices. Another valid fact-based argument that can be made against the use of DRM encryption is the impact it has on the cost of ATSC 3.0 enabled TVs and set-top boxes. If you're a senior on a fixed income, make it clear that you simply can't afford to purchase a new ATSC 3.0 enabled TV or set-top box because of how expensive they are. Use the example that ATSC 3.0 enabled TVs and set-top boxes tend to be double or triple the cost of comparable ATSC 1.0 units. For example, Amazon has a ton of ATSC 1.0 set-top boxes with DVR functionality for about $30, yet the lowest priced ATSC 3.0 set-top box that works with DRM encryption costs about $90, nearly triple the price. You can also use the same argument to express your opposition to an ATSC 3.0 tuner mandate in new TVs, which is one of the propositions in the NAB's petition. As I mentioned, adding ATSC 3.0 to a TV or set-top box doubles or triples the price of a given unit, putting it out of reach for many low-income Americans. If you plan to make this point in your comment, be sure to check the exact price of the comparable units on Amazon and include them within your submission. Don't estimate the prices, as it may give broadcasters the upper hand, saying, "Oh, that's not a valid argument. The ATH set-top box isn't $90, it's $89.99. So use exact prices. The 10th paragraph in the public notice is also very important. It seeks comment on how much spectrum a given TV station should devote to free over-the-air TV over data services. Consider submitting a comment about how much spectrum you believe a TV station should be required to reserve for free over-the-air TV channels. I'm thinking somewhere between 80 to 90%. Whatever you decide to put in your comment, I cannot stress enough to keep it fact-based. Refrain from any speculation, even if the writing seems on the wall. Please make sure that your comment is calm and persuasive in nature, not angry and speculative. With all that being said, here is how to submit a comment to the FCC. I'll be including 2 links in the description of the video. The first link leads to the FCC Express comment page, which is best to submit a few points in a single paragraph. On the form submission, type in 16-142 under the proceeding and select authorizing permissive use of the Next Generation TV Broadcasting Standard and fill out the rest of it. It's also a good idea to select the toggle to provide email confirmation at the bottom of the page, so that way you can be sure that your comment was submitted. The second link in the description leads to the FCC standard filing page, which is more ideal if you have a Word document with several paragraphs or other attachments you would like to submit. In this case, type in the same 16-142 proceeding, select authorizing permissive use of the Next Generation Broadcasting TV Standard, type in your name, email, and under type of filing, select comment. Make sure to take these steps as soon as possible to make your voice heard, as the deadline for initial comments is May 7th. After that date, only reply comments can be submitted, which I still think is a good idea for everyone to do. Take a look at the comments that are submitted after that time. While most will likely be from consumers like you, large organizations and broadcast companies might submit comments that you don't agree with. In this case, the first option is to use the Express comment page and make it clear which comment you're replying to. For example, make the first sentence say, in response to the comment Pearl TV made with the claim that there haven't been issues with consumer devices decoding DRM encrypted channels, my experience has been... You can also use the FCC standard filing form in the second link in the description to submit a reply comment. Type in 16-142 under the proceeding, select authorizing permissive use of the Next Generation Broadcasting TV standard, fill out your information, but this time, select reply comment from the drop-down list. Be sure to share this video, and if you haven't already, click that subscribe button along with the bell icon so that way you can be updated on any future steps you need to take to help protect the future of free over-the-air TV before it becomes like this.